for listening to the Lazy Line podcast because you're a real person.
Hey.
And so am I. My name's Philip Shuck.
I'm Trevor Cruz.
I'm Travis Ingram.
And I'm Elizabeth Rios.
And you're listening. And you're there. Okay.
Welcome
Thanks
in.
for tuning in.
Episode
We
number
appreciate
9.
it. Wow, 9.
Wow.
Has it
Yeah.
been that long?
999.
Surprised we're still going strong.
Yeah, 9. That's the age of my abandoned child.
Yes. Unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it was the
And
best
you.
for the child.
He's now very famous.
Did anybody eat lunch today?
I believe I did.
How about you on your morning commute? Maybe you're at work listening, you know? Maybe you had lunch. Maybe you're on your lunch break. Hope you're eating something good. I know we did. We went to the cantina
Right.
and we had bar food.
That we did. We had a meeting with a client today about he makes these really cool beer glasses, and so we got a beer at lunch.
We were feeling inspired by all the beer glass talk.
Yep.
And so Trevor and I had a brewski,
hmm
which we never do. You know, you might think that we might do that a lot, but we actually don't.
Yeah, we
We're
don't.
pretty professional during the day. Or at least if that means not drinking beer, we're at least that professional during the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Up until 5 p.m.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Up until 5 p.m.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
hmm
Oh,
This is kind of a fun part of the song. We
Yeah.
haven't gotten this far before.
Yeah.
so,
little
you know,
breakdown.
something funny happened, though. I know we've talked about Cantina before, and they have the crappy Coke on the one
On the
side
wa-
of the
on the
sideshow.
sideshow.
On
Yeah,
Sideshow,
yeah.
yeah.
So if you're familiar with Orlando, you know,
Oh yeah.
Cantina downtown is connected to Sideshow. We asked for beers, Trevor and I did, and the guy said, we don't have any beer on tap, but you can get out of here and go next door to Sideshow and get beer there. And we're like, well, we don't want to sit over there. We don't
It's
like
all
sitting
the
over
same
there.
place too.
Yeah, he said they
which
have
is
the same
annoying.
menu.
It's the
same.
same.
And so then we're like, why isn't it the same to just serve us that beer while we sit here?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, go show those bartenders some love. And we're like, or those waiters. And we're like, but
It's
you're
like-
a waiter and we're sitting down already and we want to
And-
sit here.
And we want to
Yeah.
show you love.
Mhm.
It's so weird. He
You know-
had to take one of our cards and go ring up a separate bill.
And then
Mhm.
he didn't ask if we wanted to keep it open or not.
Yeah.
He just
did-
closed
one
his
beer
house.
done. We were done.
It
Yeah.
was very strange aggression.
Probably for the best, but
Yeah. I mean, he was a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe he was new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of got forgotten about towards the end of that.
Oh right.
Which if we had
Dining
gone over,
experience.
if we had
Yeah.
been
I was
exiled to
busy,
the sideshow, we would definitely been forgotten.
I was busy posting to our Instagram. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Speaking of Instagram, that's something.
Yeah,
That's
that's
an
something.
app.
Yeah.
That is something.
Oh no, well, yeah, well, pivoting. Speaking of beer that we had at lunch,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
we could talk about beer for a little while. It could be that time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is it Miller time?
Let's get that out of the
No,
way.
it's actually Heineken time.
Oh.
We talked about-
I'm not big on
Um,
Heineken.
Larry Heineken.
we don't. We actually don't have Heineken. We have
Oh.
Miller.
No, it's
That's what
still
we
Miller
have.
time.
Yeah.
So
It's
it is
doing
Miller
what here?
What's
time.
what?
So all we have is this High Life. There are 2 High Lifes
yourself a
and
cup.
In a blue ribbon.
a blue ribbon here. Who are you sharing with, Elizabeth?
I don't need any beer.
You can share with me. Get a
I'm
cup.
all good.
No, it's a good
Oh, I
idea to
forgot.
drink.
Oh, is that the first premature for Philly?
Yeah, that's my first premature.
Oh.
All right, when do we go?
Well, this is the
1, 2,
microphone
3.
right here.
Yeah, y'all weren't on the microphone.
There we
Not
go.
close enough.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All you folks
Yeah,
at
I
home,
guess.
you know what
Fill
that
on the
cheers sound
equipment.
means. That means it's Miller time. Brought to you by Miller High Life. Right? We do High Life?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is High Life.
Champagne
Yeah.
of beers. I like High Life. And sub-sponsor is Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Is Miller Light Miller time officially though?
I think
Maybe.
it should be Miller High Life.
Because High Life is the champagne of beers.
Yeah, I just like saying champagne of beers afterwards. So, but Miller Life
Oh,
Light
here's what this guy's up to.
sounds like Miller time. Anyway, Elizabeth, you have one for us.
Yes. Apparently, T.J. Miller is causing this buzz over the internet because of his Yelp reviews. Apparently, his true vocation or his true passion is to write weird but helpful Yelp reviews for people. There's one particular one where he says, grab the bread buns from this place. If you get them warm,
Uh-huh.
just push them in your eyes, on your face. and you'll thank me later.
Can you pull
deal.
up any of them? Any examples there?
Yeah, well, I can pull up.
I mean, I
real
know you
quick
just
if
said one. Was there another one?
Yeah, they were like citing them here,
Okay.
but yeah, he has a few.
That's
like
funny.
That is just one that, you know.
If they are
That is pretty
warm,
funny.
they come to the table, push them against your eyes. Okay, yeah, there's that one.
Yeah, he says we mostly go for the dumplings, but this place is no dump in terms of its noodles. That's for sure. That's kind of like a dad joke,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. Yep.
The Hong Kong porn bun,
Porn bun?
pork bun, porn bun.
Wow,
Okay.
I thought we were
Ooh.
in
Well, that
some other
escalated
realm.
quickly, didn't it?
Porn bun.
Yay! Lost in translation.
You know what, guys? It's all making so much sense now. You know, you gotta quit your high-paying HBO show.
Well, once you make enough money, you just
and I was
retire.
like, "Where's he gonna go?" Yelp. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody
That's
even
pretty
use Yelp
funny.
anymore?
No.
Kelly uses Yelp all the time.
I
I-
feel like I
Not
use
I.
it like I use Google. I just like type in Google and then click the reviews. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I've heard Yelp
but
can
yeah.
extorts people. Actually, they'll like
Oh.
say if you don't pay us money, we will put you lower, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they'll like
Interesting.
promote bad reviews or something like that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well.
Well, that is that. You know, like I want to become like a big Yelp reviewer thing. Sometimes I just want to, because it's like,
Yeah, I kind of made fun of it, but that does seem kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they start inviting you to.
Did y'all ever
places
see
and
the
stuff.
South Park episode with the Yelp reviewing?
No.
Nope.
No.
It was good.
What happened?
Basically, I think Randy or no, what's Kyle's dad's name? Bravlowski.
Paper
Wow.
I'm having a brain fart.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Stan.
No,
Dan.
Kyle.
You don't have to look it up.
Patrick.
anybody who's listening to this is
Parker.
probably screaming the name right now. But he
Stewart.
says I think it's him. He says he's a Yelp reviewer when he goes into restaurants, so that he gets like preferential treatment when he's in there. So he goes to like every restaurant. Gerald. That's right, Gerald and Sheila.
Not a bad idea.
But the best part is, this is inappropriate for those listeners. If we've gone on South Park, so as you'd expect. But anyways, there's a musical number at the end by all the chefs and staff of all the restaurants called "Boogers and Cum,"
Ew.
Oh.
and so they sing about that's what they put in the food
Yuck.
for
Oh,
Yelp reviewers.
no.
Yeah.
Gross.
That's.
Well, I hope you're not on your lunch break. The
Yum.
boogers and cum.
Yeah.
Boogers and cum in the sandwich.
I might be able to find it. We'll put it in the show notes. I don't
No,
know.
we won't.
Yeah. I
Hey.
just like saying that because other people say it.
Yeah.
And like
We're not gonna
our
do
viewers,
that.
our listeners are gonna be like going to look for them. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You know anything by now?
Yeah. Where are those show notes?
Where's the deal?
How does one download
They're
the
coming.
show
Don't worry.
notes?
We'll get Elizabeth to sit down and watch all 9 episodes and
Backlog the show notes.
backlog and put a nice
Okay.
packet together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, all you listeners, hashtag us in the comments. That's your homework. Go into a restaurant and claim that you're a Yelp reviewer. Let us know what happens. Hashtag us in the comments.
I think what you wanted. Wow.
I know what I want to say.
Be sure to subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Like and subscribe. I think that's so funny to say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. All right, we're here.
What's up?
YouTube.
So
I hate that.
What else do we talk
What should we talk about? Oh, well, we can talk about restaurants some more.
We're a little off our groove.
If we
It's
want.
been almost 2 weeks, but we're getting back on there. We're doing
Yeah.
good.
Oh, speaking of off the groove, it was raining in here yesterday, and the wall,
Was crying?
it was like getting all soft and mushy over there. I feel like the cement's getting soft.
This?
Are you kidding me?
No, and they're
That's
like-
why it's all bubbled up like
Yeah,
that.
I
Oh
punch
my god.
it. Yeah.
This
And
is
I
an
feel
old
like
building.
Water's leaking in. I
The
feel like the whole thing's getting wet and mushy.
The fresh layer of paint is the only thing holding the wall together over
I
there.
think it might be
Whatever the superintendent spackled.
scary over there.
Isn't that fucked up?
Yes.
Yeah. It looks like it's melting from here.
Looks like the window's about to fall out.
Yeah, it's dangerous over there. I think we risk our lives every time.
Hey,
we step.
ninth episode, ninth floor.
Oh gosh.
The Magic 9.
What is that?
I don't know. It said liquid, so I clicked on it.
Nick?
Didn't go over
Oh,
like
this
I
one?
I had hoped. I don't know. What is that called? A rim shot?
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's instant rim shot. Go to like.
It's
Google
called instant rim shot?
It'll pop up.
Because I tried searching that and it wouldn't come up.
So,
Google it.
okay, so context, people. We're not just talking about rim shots and rim jobs.
Did you find it?
We were trying to find the boom, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for all the hilarious jokes we make.
Yeah.
Turns out there's a website.
Yeah, it's like instant. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
Two can play this game.
You
You're
gotta
not
put
plugged
your
in,
screen
though.
over there.
I know. It looks like
That's me
this.
doing the rim shot.
Yeah.
Why
Mine
is
looks
it a red
different.
button?
Wait, is any of this feeding into the thing?
That is.
It is?
Is it?
This is, yeah.
How
Okay,
is
cool.
it again?
I mean, that's how we've been playing music and stuff.
Oh, right. Okay. Never mind. I forgot.
How are we doing it again?
How do we podcast again?
This cord right here,
Oh, okay.
going for my headphones. We have another one of those cords for Elizabeth if she wants
Oh.
to plug in.
So your sound that you're making doesn't count, Elizabeth.
Well, it'll be picked up on
Well,
the microphone.
it's picking up, you know?
Mhm.
You don't know.
That looks like a website that like a grandma goes to and gets viruses.
Yeah.
I'd get off that.
Somebody say something else funny. Oh my.
Okay.
Is he eating a cookie? What is that?
We've gone off the rails here.
Yeah.
It
So
looks
we
like a cookie
instant rim
sandwich.
shot. I'm on a different one
All right.
than Elizabeth.
That's all.
Oh, really?
This is just
Clear
Wow.
the browsers.
Yeah. Let's
garbage.
empty the cookies. Let's go.
Yeah.
I would have stopped listening a while ago.
Oh, I never would have started.
Yeah.
It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Hey, Travis,
What?
what is your wife up to?
I don't know. Let's pull her up.
Oh, we're gonna see what's going on with
Oh, looks like he's
Travis's
in a
wife.
fancy restaurant.
We can do that.
Well, wouldn't you know? Who's that friend?
I don't know.
So this is What's Up with Travis's Wife, where we check in with Travis's wife, Emily Radzikowski.
Oh yeah, martinis, huh? That looks nice.
Yeah.
Emily Radzikowski and a friend is sitting drinking martinis in a black and white shot on
I want-
Instagram.
I want a martini. Is that?
Nice lips.
Go back
Nice
to that
bathing
one.
suit.
What's going on here? Is this? Are we looking at cleavage here?
Yeah, that's her, bro.
Could be.
That's her bra. Wow. Okay
Yeah.
then.
Very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Striking.
They both got the cleave out, you know.
The
Do you care to
capture-
elaborate
Tell
on this,
us,
Travis?
yeah, tell us. Were you there? Did you take this shot?
This was ladies' night. I was not there. I stayed home with the guys, and Emily and her sister, or who she calls
That's her
her
sister? What's her name?
Sarah.
Sarah
Yeah.
what?
Sarah Stevens, I think.
Sarah Stevens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what does she do?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Or are they close?
I don't really know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
important.
It says,
Yeah.
say I don't gotta dance.
You don't gotta dance. That just makes her want to dance.
Oh.
It's one of those like say it, switch it in your head things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, lovely girl.
Yeah.
Sarah, what was it?
Steiner.
Nope.
Dyson.
That's a bad photo of her, I think, actually.
Samsonite. I was way off.
Well, all right. There we go. Covered that. Podcast over.
Yeah. So what else happened that's cool? I saw a train.
You saw a train?
That's all I got.
That's cool. I mean, I think we all kind of worked a bunch this week, so it was kind of boring. I mean, we had meetings. We met with the beer guy.
Trevor did a commercial for a hotel.
Oh yeah, yeah. I flew drone.
Did you post that?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
cool.
on our. You can go on our
Yeah.
Instagram right now and
Check
pull it
us
up.
out in the
Elizabeth.
comments. Check
Like,
us out in the show notes.
like below, all that.
Yeah, like
Like
below,
our Instagram.
share.
Sign up for our Instagram for instant access.
What am I looking for? The
Sign up for our weekly newsletter. We're gonna be sending out coupons. Then the
Yeah.
mail.
What's it like being a woman, Elizabeth? in a man's world.
Well, actually, as a male, I feel like a woman and I identify as one, so I'll tell
Wait.
you what it's like.
Are you
Don't
man?
stop putting gender on someone else. You don't know. Don't assume.
I was just
Oh yeah, look at
male,
that. Look at
female
that beauty.
splaining.
That's a pool.
It looks phallic. in a
Yeah,
way,
it looks
you
kind of
know?
like a trumpet.
Yeah.
Or like a
cat.
reed.
Hashtag land, hashtag sea, hashtag air, hashtag air,
Yeah.
hashtag DJI Phantom 4.
Hashtag
Hashtag
resort.
My
That's
head is
quarter.
spinning with how good this shot is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I kind of want to jump into the pool from here, but I feel like I would miss it and die.
If you tried.
Yeah.
could.
Yeah,
say
like if you jump
jumped out
straight
of a
down
plane,
from there.
I feel like it would be very hard to hit a pool if you fell out of a plane.
Yeah. Remember when that
Really?
guy jumped out of a plane without a parachute
No.
into a net?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing.
That's pretty wild.
And he hit the edge. He was over towards the left edge.
Mm.
I mean, I guess he was
I
still.
thought he was gonna die.
I feel like there was still a little meat in the net,
There was a
but
little
he was
bit.
he
though.
was
There
justified.
was like an inner circle, and he was like on or outside the line of like his target zone.
Jeez.
Like he hit the net, but not his target zone.
That's
It was like over
Scary.
to the left.
Elizabeth,
and
is
he
your
rolled back
Instagram in
down.
Spanish?
Yeah, you know how I keep complaining about all the websites just like defaulting to Spanish, and
Uh-huh.
even though I keep on changing it to English because stuff like this happens.
Why would it default to Spanish?
I don't know, because it knows I speak Spanish as a first language.
How does it know that?
I know. I
That's
don't know.
bizarre. That is so bizarre.
Yeah, and it defaults everything. Like I go to my bank account and I keep on like resetting it to English.
That
It's just
happens to me
easier.
for some reason. Like, you know that, well, you know, not to bring up a sore subject here, but y'all know that website Fiverr.
Yeah.
Yes.
It comes up in German.
God, Trevor, how could you?
Not here.
We've got bad
Not
feelings
now.
Sorry, Fiverr.
Not
We don't-
Fiverr at this point.
It's not really Fiverr's fault. Well, partially.
Oh, it's
It
such
is.
A,
It is.
I'm so sore.
I know.
Oh, ow.
I know.
God.
LOL.
We had a bad experience
Yeah.
with a
But it would
non-professional.
it would
person
default
from
German
Fiverr.
when I would pull it up.
Hmm.
I was like, this is fucking weird.
Fiverr would?
Yeah, it was bizarre.
That's
Scheiße.
because
Scheiße,
Fiverr
Fiverr.
is horrible Nazis
Yes.
with the
What's
way
that?
they run their.
Someone's
Um,
calling you, Elizabeth.
Oh, Rob is calling.
Put him on speakerphone.
yeah, put 'em on.
All right, cool.
Rob is Elizabeth's boyfriend.
We should have like a
Oh,
hook
yeah,
Hi, Rob.
boyfriend.
Hey, I just wanted to ask you, do you guys have
Did you get
either
the
a
butt
crown
plugs?
or like a captain's hat or some prop that we could give Preston for his bachelor party to wear?
We have a gas mask.
Okay,
Yes, I know you have those.
I'm gonna advise you right now, Rob. Yeah, you're on speakerphone in the podcast.
You're on the podcast, Rob.
You're on the podcast. You just made it to the podcast.
You can wear the
Welcome.
Demigorgon
You're not
head.
supposed to tell people. Oh, the Demigorgon head.
But what if he says something? You know, like last time Rob
We'll
called
edit it
me
out,
on
edit it.
speaker and I didn't tell him.
Well, edit it out.
I was on a PA run, guys, and I answered automatically through the car, the van that I was driving, right? And there was another PA sitting in the passenger seat, and he started saying like, "Oh, I was just calling you to check on you because I love you," and all like a bunch of like sweet stuff, and like
Yeah.
this other PA is like, "Oh my god, this is so funny," like. So I
No mushy
we-
stuff in front of the
That's never,
people.
never happening again. So,
Yeah, so I rather. What do you mean never happening again?
I'm just kidding. Are you guys at your office right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
We have, what do we have? We have masks. We have stripper masks.
I'm trying to think. I
we
feel
have
like
the stuff.
we have
from
a gold
April's
mask.
music video, and that's about
have-
it.
yeah, we got a ball
The
gag.
Demigorgon. We got a
We
ball
have
gag.
a ball gag.
Fucking mask off.
Do we have any kind of tiara?
If we surprisingly, we might. Yeah, we might have a tiara. We surprisingly
I might
don't have a
have
lot of headwear.
We have a couple birthday suits.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I might come hang out with you guys right now because I'm just kind of like overworking over here right now. And,
Okay.
I might just come hang out over there if you guys are just hanging, or you guys
Sure.
are working hard on stuff.
We're just
Bring
recording
beers.
the podcast, drinking beers.
You can come. Hey, bring beer.
You should come. I mean, the sooner you come, the higher chances there are for you to like actually be on the podcast.
Yeah, maybe you could actually
Although-
liven this episode up a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You guys are podcasting.
This one's a bit of a dud.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is it
So
right
far.
now.
No, this is an A+.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Careful.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
the viewers love it.
Everything you're saying is
Our
being
ratings are
recorded.
through the roof at the moment. Look at the charts.
The roof.
Keep it going, Rob. They love it.
Getting a lot of thumbs up on the Facebook
Dolphin
Live.
fans.
The lights are turning on. The
All right,
switches are
I'll see
hot.
y'all. I'll see y'all for having a
They're
little bit.
opening up.
All right, honey. We'll see you soon.
All right, love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye.
Oh, that was a weird one.
Yeah.
This podcast sucks balls. This is the worst one we've ever done.
Just a
Even
lot of-
worse than the first
this is
one.
the best one yet.
No, and we said they got better and better each time.
Trust me, it will be. It is better.
Yeah.
We'll only realize.
We're gonna have to play them in reverse, so all the good stuff is at the front.
Yep. Reading Rainbow. Weird. Okay. Well, what else can we talk about? Here, I'm gonna go on some.
What's
I'm gonna
something
I'm gonna
that's-
comb the internet for some material here.
Is there like an instant gag button? Like,
What's top? There was that
There's a
hurricane.
downer.
A big hurricane happened.
nice.
This is a good one.
Oh wait, what did you say?
A big hurricane happened. It actually already did it. Timed
I
out
know.
perfectly.
Oh,
Or
there's
you do-
double time.
Ooh.
I heard there's a big death count. That's awful.
Philip.
Thousands of
do
people
that.
lost their homes. That's kind of maybe
Texas.
appropriate.
Yeah. No, it does really suck. That thing. What's the death toll
Hashtag us
at
in the
on that
comments
thing? We
if
can
you
talk
were
about
affected
that.
by
The
hurricane.
death toll
whatever.
last I heard was 6,000.
Harvey.
You're
Yes.
full of it.
6,000. Yeah, I just.
What's hurricane's name? Harvey.
Harvey. It's a
Harvey.
weird name.
Yeah, Hurricane Harvey.
Harvey left quite a dent.
Harvey.
Whoa.
Oh, hang on. Almost. What one are we doing here?
Ba-dum.
Where is it? Oh, it's over. It's
The
over. I
moment's
can't get
back.
to it fast enough.
We can add it in post.
You know,
Yeah.
Harvey's not the hurricane we want right now, but it's the hurricane we need.
Y'all remember
Something like that,
Catch
those
Me
Dark
Outside
Knight.
Girl?
Hmm?
Y'all remember Catch Me Outside Girl?
Yeah.
Catch Me Outside Girl has a rap video.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's old. Like,
is it?
for that song?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like,
it's old.
That's old.
We already did a.
Looks kind of cool,
Yeah.
actually.
All right, I guess this is a reaction video to Catch Me Outside's
This.
music
Whoa.
video.
Whoa, is that drone? What is that, bro?
Oh my gosh.
Look at that
Oh.
crooked shot.
Boy.
Not bad. Kind of a dirty roof. They could have cleaned it up a little.
Yeah. Ugh, those nails, man.
why is society rewarding this?
Yeah.
I don't know. You're doing
I
it.
want to
She became an
unsubscribe
internet
You're
society.
part of
I'm
it.
out.
You're part of it.
Yeah, look what you did.
You're promoting this.
Look what you made me do. Look what you made
It
me
actually
do.
has
It's
some
not bad
production,
production value.
Yeah, I know.
Flying off that
Jeez.
roof like that?
Look at that.
Did you
She's
see
making
how
fun
they
of Kylie
blended the
Jenner.
shot?
What?
Did you see how they blended the shot on the roof?
I think so.
I gotta
saw
That
that
say,
video
one.
was something
They did
else.
a good job.
that's pretty. Yeah.
It's pretty good production value.
It's all
Wow.
the same shot, or tried to look like one.
Yeah.
Is she like 13?
She's young. Yeah.
Not a bad body, honestly.
Too bad. Too
Oh
bad, Travis.
my God.
I'm just saying. Look at that. Are those real? That's
Oh my gosh!
fully
You
formed.
just said we just said she's 13.
I don't. She's older than that.
But as far as he knew,
a fully
as
So
far
what?
as he knew, she was
14, Trevor,
13.
Does that make it
Yeah.
better? Oh my God.
As far as he knew, she was 13. You started instantly commenting
let's
on
look
her
her.
body.
I'll see how. Let's see.
What's that called, Elizabeth?
What? What's
What is a girl like her called at 13?
It's not even fully developed. What are you talking about?
Fully developed teenager. You created that line.
I did, but I don't think she's even fully developed. She's like
Well,
too
not
young for
mentally, but. Boom.
look at that
Ba-
stone.
ba.
All right,
That's
let's turn
cool.
this
Ba-
off.
Bap, bap,
Uh,
bap, bap.
She just celebrated her 14th birthday.
Oh my
So
god!
like 13.
Catch
She's
you outside,
pulling that.
Travis.
Yeah.
Catch me outside.
I'll catch her outside.
So Travis just said, so for all intents and purposes, that video was probably shot while she was 13. And he said she's got a great body. And are those real? Wow.
I mean, she looks. I mean, she doesn't look 14.
What's
she
Emily
looks,
going to say?
I don't know.
I don't know, you know.
Well, I was just throwing those questions out there. I didn't have any emotional weight behind them.
Oh.
I was just posing those questions and seeing how everyone reacted.
Uh-huh.
I was.
Oh, so you were really just testing the audience.
Yeah.
Did we all pass?
I don't know. Is it a pass or fail situation? I'll leave
Yes.
that for the audience to decide.
I gotta say that video production-wise, that was surprising.
Pretty
Surprising.
good.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Kids these days.
So a friend of mine just went through some sort of a breakup
Mm-hmm.
deal.
Some sort.
But
Okay.
it's some sort of because they were not serious, I guess. They were not official or anything. They were just like seeing each other, kind of doing it and stuff.
So like friends
She
with
wanted
benefits.
something
Friends with
serious.
benefits.
She started wanting something serious, and he didn't go through with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was kind of, it sucked a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, they work in the same place, and she asked
wow.
him as if it was something random for his time of birth, like the exact time, and she
Uh-huh.
just pulled out his astral chart, and I'm like, is that weird at all?
Why?
I'm just getting this message. It's like, I just like pulled out his astral chart, and I'm like, friend, I'm kind of having trouble.
What? Is that just like
is
seeing if
that
he's like a Scorpio?
So
and I'm
she's
a
like,
Leo,
she's
or-
trying to read the stars to see if they're actually could get back together.
I have no idea. It's just like like stalking at us.
Wow, I was really hooked into this story, and now to realize it's got a complete open ending. I mean, I guess I'm gonna be waiting on bated breath to see what happens if she
Yeah.
does some kind of inter-office freak out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Hashtag us in the
tuned.
comments. Have you ever inter-office freak out?
Inner office freak out Friday. So
It's interesting to be there the instant you realize something has run its course.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
To watch it sort of
To
unfold.
watch it flounder and die
Yeah.
before your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hashtag us in the comments if that's ever happened to you.
That's what we call it,
Uh,
hashtag us in the
What
comments.
was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna pull up some stuff here.
Hashtag me outside.
Oh my God.
That's what this
What
episode's
else?
called.
What else is
Okay.
there?
Thank you, Dad.
I'm not a dad. That's TJ Miller.
You're welcome,
You're
daughter.
a dad.
Do, 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 do.
I'm a dad. I thought Trevor was the dad. I'm the wacky uncle.
Wacky Uncle Phil. Who would everyone be if they were someone?
Travis is clearly the creepy uncle.
How old's your daughter, ma'am? Oh,
She looks beautiful. Great body is all I'm saying. But when I mean that,
she's 3.
I mean, I'm just stating facts here.
I'm her mother. Why are you saying this to me?
That's not creepy, is it?
Which one am I going for here? I'm on, huh?
Why are you saying that to me? She's my daughter.
Sir, you're going to have to leave.
This is the Gong Show. That conversation's over.
Yep. What's this one?
Overrated.
I like the slide whistle. Slide whistle's good. Okay, well, Philip, did you watch any movies?
I did watch a movie.
All right, talk about that. Let's go.
Okay,
Just
this
let's
is
throw you
a production
softball here.
podcast. Yeah. I could talk about something. Maybe someone could look it up while I
Okay.
crappily describe it. Steven Soderbergh. Look up his new thing he's doing. So I watched Steven Soderbergh's new movie called Logan Lucky. My friend Andy actually won free tickets from a radio station. Hey, hashtag explode. You could win free tickets potentially to something.
One of a kind marketplace. Extension 765.
I think that might
Is
be
that
it.
it?
Anyway, one of the main reasons I wanted to see that movie is to maybe just support Steven Soderbergh. What do y'all think about he retired from filmmaking, so he said, and then this was his comeback. And I think that was all a marketing ploy, sort of, for this new thing he's doing. Trevor's trying to look it up. But it's something involving where like you keep more of the control of your film and you keep more of the rights and the marketing rights and or you don't have to go through so many middlemen.
Yeah.
It's some kind of new thing he's doing to try a new way to release films and let filmmakers keep the control.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is the first kind of Logan Lucky was the first sort of like test run of this whatever this idea is, and hopefully Trevor can go over the details, but I don't know if it was even that clear. But anyway, apparently he controlled all the marketing, Soderbergh, and he, you know, did it the way he wanted to and edited the commercials the way he wanted to and, you know, did it heavy on social media and instead of the TV or whatever, you know, and did it right before the movie came out as opposed to like months and months before. So it all just seemed kind of interesting, and I was like, I'll support that. Well, I don't know if I even did because we got free tickets from the radio, but
I wonder if it's paid off for him.
yeah, I'd be interested to see. And the movie was okay. The movie was pretty funny. It was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun ride. There were some logical errors, I thought, but
Cool. He always was
great cast.
He always had a way about him that was peculiar, I will say,
As a person or a filmmaker?
as a person
Like the way he spoke or talked or acted or something?
and as a filmmaker.
Yeah, it seems like
He seems like a strange person.
I don't know.
It's kind of funny that he's very comfortable making heist movies, and
Yeah.
that's about it.
But like I remember, I feel like he had very ulterior motives when he made that movie with the porn star.
I always
Oh,
wondered
the
about
Girlfriend
that
Experience?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what the hell was that thing? And I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
Well, I never
this
watched the
seems
movie, but
weird.
you did.
I didn't watch it. It seemed,
You didn't?
I think I watched like a few minutes. I'm like, this is bad. Like, it was a bad movie, I think.
You can't help but wonder, and forgive me if we're just mansplaining the situation, but you can't help but wonder if he had sex with the girl.
You know, that's the only reason he made that movie, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
And why not? Good, go you.
Use your power.
Yeah.
That's probably why he was excommunicated from
The
Hollywood.
Girlfriend Experience. It's like a point of view of me. I don't know what the movie is. but-
Hey, you know, it's not all black and white for Soderbergh. There's some gray areas in there.
Yeah.
Sasha gray areas.
Mm.
yep.
She always seemed like a fun lady.
She is of age, so she is a lady. Travis.
You know, eventually everyone's of age.
And at one point, everyone was a lady.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Deep.
Whoa. Yeah, it seems like he basically paid the studio a flat fee to raise a marketing budget for it,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like
Like
basically
Bleecker
he's-
Street?
yeah, he sold portions
Street?
of like the non-theatrical rights to studios, and then that way he gave himself full control. If that sounds right.
Interesting.
Yeah. I read an article about it, but I couldn't remember all the details of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's trying to get. I
It's like
think
a
he's trying to
service
demo
deal.
it and try to let other filmmakers do the same thing
Yeah,
with
like
his company.
this Business Insider article says it's a service deal where a producer hires a distributor on a flat fee to market and release the movie. The distributor takes a cut at the box office, and then this method has become more popular with like Netflix and Amazon.
Cool.
So interesting. Yeah.
We'll see if we hear more about that in the future. If you don't, it means it didn't work out.
Yeah.
It was funny to see Daniel Craig as like a redneck thief.
Yeah, I bet. That's why I was like, I remember seeing the trailer and I was like, is that Daniel Craig? That seems weird. But
You know what
I'm into it.
You know what I couldn't help thinking though? This probably won't give away too much, but really anything. But I saw the film and I was like, I like this. All right, I'm going with it here.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, this would be funnier if it was George Clooney and the other guy from one of the other guys from Oh Brother Where Art Thou? You know?
Oh yeah.
I felt like they were trying to go for a feel like that,
Yeah.
but like
Mhm.
modern day South
Mm-hmm.
with the way that they would talk to each other and stuff. And I was like, man, it would be great. I just kept seeing those characters as being in the film.
Interesting.
And I know Soderbergh has worked with George Clooney
Yes.
a handful of times.
Yes. And Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, 13.
Ocean's 13,
Was there a 14?
maybe. This is the 14th.
Okay. Yeah.
One funny joke, I guess I'll give it away, in the film was after they do the heist, the local news is like interviewing some lady, and they're like, they're calling it Ocean 7-Eleven.
Oh my god.
That was like probably that was like what he used to pitch the idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty funny.
Ocean 7-Eleven.
But speaking of Soderbergh and George Clooney and this Starfield, what's this called?
Starfield?
A galaxy.
Mousepad.
Starfield mousepad over here. The other film I really liked of theirs was what's that?
Was it a remake?
Yeah,
The Solaris?
the Solaris. Yeah, Solaris
Solaris.
movie. It wasn't. It was a retelling of the book.
Okay.
Was what they say.
I never saw the original, but I've heard good things. But I've seen that remake.
I saw the original.
Or the
I didn't. I
remastered,
never finished
whatever.
it because I think it's in Russian. And
Yeah.
I guess I was just never in the mood to
You
finish
don't
it.
speak Russian?
No.
We know Russians.
Yeah.
We
We do
know
know
of
Russians.
some
I worked with a
Russians.
Russian on Wednesday.
Trevor made that commercial for the
The Russians.
what?
man.
What hotel was it?
It was for Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn with the Russians. That we
Yeah.
call them the Russians. They're our
Mhm.
friends.
But they are Russian.
Actually, we could talk about that. Elizabeth used to work for the Russians,
She did, yeah.
I used to work with and for the Russians.
and we stole her.
We're playing such a
I don't
game
know
of
why we
international
stole her,
diplomacy
Yeah, this is like the Cold
She's here
War
now.
here.
here. Yeah.
This is the Cold War. Taking
Mhm.
elements,
Mm-hmm.
secrecy,
Yeah.
Backdoor
ulterior
deals.
motives, backdoor deals,
Sabotage.
It's really way more simpler than that.
Clandestine.
bombs
Yeah.
getting set off on both
Full
sides.
disclosure
Yep.
here.
Fart bombs.
Clandestine operations.
Full disclosure of what?
Oh, just clarifying the fact that it's way more simpler than that in real life. But yeah,
Oh, what happened?
I wanted to make videos.
Oh, yeah. Well, you had school, too. You had an out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know about that at first.
Right. Yeah.
She's
That
running
is
that on
true.
everyone.
Yeah. That's true.
So now you're finally making great videos on a daily basis.
Yeah, now
Yes.
you've hit the big
Yes.
time.
Yeah, big
For all
time.
your
Editing golf.
After Effects golf graphic needs, Elizabeth Rios.
Hashtag us in the comments if you need any of that.
So,
Mention.
we could talk about that. What expectations of life versus reality?
Mm-hmm.
It's not always the same. It's almost never is.
Yes.
No.
You know,
Okay.
wanting to make videos, working most days on After Effects golf work.
Yeah.
The difference between expectation and reality is like what
Oh,
either
yeah.
makes you have to say, like, I have to be a sane person
Mhm.
because I didn't expect the reality. So it's like,
Explain that.
I don't know. It's like you never, I feel like you will never get your expectations. So it's like you either can like deal with that
Mhm.
or like kind of crumble and not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
it's
kind
like
of
there's, like-
agree. I feel like there's probably such a small scenario. People get their exact expectations, you know,
Oh,
or
totally.
hopes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
And-
then the rest of life is like coping in a way.
Yeah, and you can
Or
either
in one way of looking
get
at it.
depressed or
Mm-hmm.
I had this image I tried to describe to somebody one time where I was like, I feel like my hopes and dreams are kind of like a kite,
Mhm.
you know, and so like I'm getting pulled along by the kite. And my mind is always like up here on one sort of trail, like it could be this, it could be incredible. And I'm actually always down on the ground, but having those dreams in the sky pulled me into a
Mhm.
pretty good place, like a better, you know, so it's like
Mhm.
expectations and how you have to have those hopes and dreams, because if you
Oh,
don't,
yes.
you might go spiral off in some weird, completely different direction.
Oh yeah.
So you aim for here, you get here, and you try to be happy
but if you
somewhere
never
in the
aim
middle.
from there, you get nowhere.
Right, if you aim
And
for
that's
the
what most
middle, if
people
you aim
do.
for the middle, then you're somehow down in a ditch.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to aim up there and get pulled along by your hopes and dreams and efforts.
That's why you never give up hope. Never
Beautiful.
surrender.
That was a beautiful thing. We should start a motivation
Yeah.
segment
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
podcast. I think.
Therapy session.
Let's just play the speech from Independence Day at
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
My grandma clapped during that.
Did someone?
She did?
Yeah.
In the
She was
theater?
like, clap. She was like,
In the
trying-
theater?
Oh yeah.
That's
like,
funny.
Why? Why are we clapping?
No.
That's funny. I love it when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been in a movie theater where people like stood up and clapped at the end?
People stood up and clapped at the end of that movie. I think.
It's kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
like, who are they clapping for?
Mhm.
Like, just themselves and the other people in the room? And
Yeah.
maybe the energy goes out.
You remember there was a lot
I-
of that going around post 9/11, like just clapping at any moment you could. I felt like, like any,
Trying
what?
to cheer each other up.
Just I remember like airplanes had it a lot. I
Oh
remember
yeah,
airplane-
there was a big push to
It's like the plane
thank the
landed
troops
safely.
on the plane.
Like, you would always want to clap
Yeah.
at the end of the plane ride now,
Yeah.
and
That
Venezuelans
is still
do
a
it
thing that remains
every
sometimes.
single
The plane.
time for every single flight. Venezuelan people, they clap for every single landing, like every single landing.
That's
from
what I was
the
about to say. Yeah, like I'm on. It happens to me several times where at least, a handful of people will all break out and clap in applause when the plane lands.
what is kind of cool though, it's like good job, Captain. Like you landed the plane.
I feel the same way, but I don't
I know.
think to clap.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, thank God.
There should just be a button you hit in the back of the seat, clap, and then it lights up in the cockpit, so the captain at least knows.
Or there should be a clap button. You know how there's like fasten your seatbelt, no smoking, and there should be an applause button
A little light. Oh God.
when they land. And
No.
to make everyone applaud.
It can strobe so it looks like clapping.
Thank you.
We made it.
It's like flight 1547 or whatever.
Oh, the one in the
They landed in the bay,
Oh yeah.
and everyone's just dead silent. Oh, I must have forgot to put on the clapping sign.
Yeah.
The captain has turned on the clapping sign.
Yeah.
You are now free to clap.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know to clap.
Yeah.
Because there was no sign illuminated.
Okay.
I don't know. We're just messing around with these buttons here. Well, that's
Wait,
good
what were we
stuff.
talking about? Because
The plane?
no, before the plane.
You were talking
Glamorous?
about expectations versus
Yeah,
reality.
but before that,
Being sitting here editing and working on videos.
it was right out in between there.
Solaris?
Yeah, I forgot.
Okay.
Speaking of expectations versus reality, this is episode 9 of our podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't have
expectations are
expected
very low.
this to go well, and it's going better than I thought, to be honest.
Yeah,
2 donuts left.
2 of them.
I've had 2 already. I'm a
Oh,
big-
you
yeah.
bad boy. You
You've
bad
had
boy.
2.
haven't
I
had
thought
any.
we all had 1.
I haven't had any.
I know. I had one, and then I had one like an hour ago, and I was like, I'm gonna have one. I'm gonna have one. You know,
That's what you're doing. Donut.
is that Penguin from Batman? I don't know
It
what
sounds
that
like
is.
it.
It does
Yeah.
kind of.
I don't know what that is, but it reminds me of that.
You know why I didn't have a donut? Because I'm doing P90X.
Oh, Philly boy is getting in
I
shape for
did it
his
for a
wedding.
week now, every morning.
You know how you
Proud
can
of
tell
ya.
if someone's doing P90X?
How?
Because they'll just let you know.
Damn, I wish I had
Bam.
Is that like a thing?
No, I think I've heard a joke like
That's
that before.
fun.
That's pretty funny.
But it was about like
Was that about vegans?
it was something like that.
I think
yeah.
that was Joe
Right.
Rogan joke.
Yeah.
I heard it one like that
It was in
where
in
he was like,
different
you know how you can
contexts.
tell vegan? Because they'll just walk right up and say it.
Yeah.
It's like they're like
I'll
holding
just
their
fucking
breath.
tell you about it.
They're holding their breath when they meet. You're like, I'm a vegan.
It's funny.
It's so funny.
It's like there's a Jim
It's so
Gaffigan one
true.
too. It's like he says something like vegetarians are like, I haven't had meat in 5 years. Like, yeah, well, I haven't had a banana in a month. You don't see me bragging about it.
I love Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
Hot
Yeah. That's his best stand-up.
It'd be so
Yeah,
cool
it
if
really
that phone
is.
worked. Actually,
Yeah. Do y'all remember phones?
Hashtag us in the comments if you remember phones.
Do you remember phones?
Remember when we didn't have cell phones and you had to talk on the phone at your house?
Oh yeah.
Remember when you had to call someone and you might have tried to call them 3 times in a week and they just have to be out. You're like, I guess I just haven't talked to them in a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was normal.
It's
can't-
exactly, and nothing changed.
No, it
Nothing's
was
happened. Now you have a fucking panic
now what
attack.
happens?
Yeah,
Everyone freaks the shit out.
Yep.
And yet you felt closer to people back then than you do now. Even
Oh,
though
yeah.
you probably saw
I hate
and talked
everybody
to
now.
each other more. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, you get too
I
much.
seriously hate everybody. I unfollow people on the regular, and I don't even go on Facebook hardly anymore.
Oh yeah, I can't. I go there and I'm like, why?
Let's
what
talk
am
about
I
that.
doing here?
Yeah.
It's a
Hashtag us in the
cancer.
comments if you feel the same way. But we won't look at them because we probably hate you. But yeah, I feel the same way. I think it's infected our whole office.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, let us know if it's infected your office.
Oh my
Hashtag us in the
God.
comments.
No, but anyway, basically, I agree.
Subscribe.
We all
We'll
hate
get off.
everyone. I think.
Line.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love everyone.
Yeah, me too,
Yeah.
but not really.
Nah.
Why does that happen? Let's analyze that. Why do we hate everyone?
Because we get too much information off everyone, like all the time. I guess.
Yeah.
So you have more opportunity to judge
There's
people.
just over.
You think,
Something like that. I feel
or
like.
more opportunity to
I
get
also think
annoyed
it's like
by people?
quantity of unnecessary information that just
Oh,
is
yeah.
overload.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like I don't need to. And then also the thing that pisses me off too is like it makes people boring in real life.
No, oh, that's
Mhm.
what the worst thing is. Like people forgot how to communicate. I
Right.
think.
And
And when you're
that's
with
just-
people, they're all just getting content for their social media accounts.
Mhm.
And you're like, we had a bad time, but then they post it like it
Yeah.
was the best thing ever.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I don't know. I
I just think people are annoying and
Mm.
idiotic.
yeah. me
I think
too.
everyone in the world is big dummy, big dum dum.
Yep.
Maybe we're a big dumb dumb planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, look what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't even mention it. Don't even talk about it. Just look at everything
yeah,
that's
I mean,
going on.
We're not
It's
going to
all
say it.
dumb.
You look it up.
What's going on?
I don't know what is going
Hey,
on, Travis.
Google.
What's going on?
I don't know.
I said,
Things are
hey.
better than ever.
What's going
You're one of the
on?
people people who say that.
No, you always got to look on the bright side. Less people die every year now than died 100 years ago.
But that's because there's more people. It's a less percentage.
No, the percentage has shrunk significantly, I think. Less crime every year, less violence every year.
Awesome. Let's get some beers.
Yeah,
All right,
let's
let's
celebrate.
Have
do
a
it.
cigarette. Celebrate.
You know?
It's time to celebrate.
No, but how about we live in the best time ever? You know, you just got to be grateful.
We do live in a pretty great time.
Like, what
It's
the
a-
fuck are we doing
I mean,
right now? This
nice
is
time to be
bullshit.
alive.
Like,
Yeah.
is with real humans like 100
is
years
bullshit.
ago.
This is reality right
Think
now.
about like people in any other time frame. Like we were talking about the shitty streets of London. You know, we would be like
Oh my
just
gosh.
smelling like feces and being
They used to
miserable
throw
all
their
day.
poop out the window into the street, which was just dirt and mud and poop and entrails.
It's disgusting.
That's
Yeah.
that's reality.
We
We're
would
talking
just
about
toss it out the window here.
Yeah.
some of the highest paid people in the city were the ones who clean out the sewers.
That'd be funny to do.
And they would die down
today.
there from the stink.
Oh yeah.
So like that was the one thing we kept.
it was like
was-
throwing
His chamber
shit.
pots, everything
Yeah,
was the
there's,
same
like,
except
chamber
we just
pots
poop
next-
in a bucket
Yeah,
and throw
like
it out the
we
window.
each have chamber pots next to our chairs at our workstation.
Oh.
We're just like, okay, Elizabeth, that looks good. Just give me a second.
Remember, I always said it would be nice if there was like a nodule that you sat on in the car.
Yeah. Nobody wears pants.
Yeah.
Everybody just shits.
We all just wear like kurtas or like dresses.
Yeah.
Some brown splotches on them.
Remember, I always thought there would be good in the car. You know, a device you hook yourself into that just you can poop and pee into while you drive.
Yeah.
it kind of sucks it out.
My dad used to pee
stays
into
clean.
like a Gatorade bottle when we'd go on road trips.
Oh no.
Everyone's dad did
He'd like
that,
slip
you
it
know?
out
It was
he-
gross.
Dads wore those really short shorts, you know, back in the day, and he'd just like slip it right out.
Oh my god!
It was so weird. It was like the weird. I was like, oh my.
Did you
God.
ever tell you? Did you ever check it out?
No.
Look, not you know,
never-
just check out the operation of going in the bottle.
Never intentionally. No.
Yeah.
That's like a truck driver trick.
It's kind of like
But
the
y'all remember-
eagerness to have the opportunity to do something like that. Because I don't think you need to do that, but it's like, oh, I'm excited because I get
Yeah.
to
But you save
do
time.
it now.
You say, you save 15 minutes. You know?
Yeah, you save, and all that mileage. You know,
Yeah.
you're staying.
You just keep staying the course and.
I think everyone's
Keep-
dad
keep
did that
Stay in
back
the
the
course,
day.
officer.
I'm sorry, but I can't.
Give me some of that sweet mother's milk.
I'm sorry, I can't relate because I'm a girl.
Sucking down, grab his cough
I have to stop the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got two things to say about that. One is, how do girls pee as quickly as guys? Like, very often, me and Kelly will walk in somewhere. We'll both go to the bathroom.
Really?
And exit, like, at the relatively the same time. And I'm like, you must not wash your hands. She's like, no, I did.
Maybe she's not using the
I
bathroom.
feel like ladies can go in and, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't.
Or maybe she doesn't wash her hands.
Yeah.
She just gets them wet.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe I'm a slow peer.
wait, why would it take? I mean, you have a belt, maybe, and you have to like put it on, like take it out, put it on. I don't wear a belt.
Well, also,
for
anytime
example.
I sit down on a toilet, I cover the entire thing in toilet paper. I
Me
don't touch
too.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess
I
that's
did that
a
earlier
mystery.
today.
Huh?
I did that earlier today.
Yeah, I do it every time I'm away from my house.
I double layered it, actually.
Oh yeah.
Do you
When
ever?
People came in.
I always
and
double
sat
layer
in the
too.
one next
I
to
do
me.
I pull and then double it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how
You cover the
people
toilet?
can come into the bathroom when someone's already in there.
Have you? I know.
And
And
I
sit
came
right
down
next
and
to
sat
them.
next to me, and
Oh,
all I
yeah,
heard
I
was
know.
it sounded like they were peeing,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like.
And
but
you
they're
know
not-
what
You
else?
know, they're sitting down and they got like diarrhea stream, and it's gross.
You know, all
Wait,
Well,
those-
and then the other part is like you're anticipating their smell.
Oh,
and
So you're like,
sounds.
oh god, taking my last breath of like my own whatever. Like I would. That's the other thing. It's like I would rather smell my own than somebody else's. But it's both.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
both of it's disgusting.
oh yeah.
You know.
But it's your own.
But it's your own. You know.
You're
You're
used to
familiar.
it.
Yeah.
I feel like the people who are willing and who are like, oh, I don't care, to come down and sit right next to you and defecate are always loud too.
No,
They sit
totally.
down like, like,
That's what I heard.
nah. And they're like on their phone and they're like, and you're like, you're just obnoxious. You're an obnoxious person. You come
Yep.
down and you're noisy and gross,
Yep.
and you know I'm sitting here,
Yep.
and you're right next to me.
quiet
sucks
down your
because, like,
obnoxious.
I don't
pooping.
want to like get up and leave because I know they'll be done soon because people
Yeah.
like that are always quick.
They're always in and out.
And
so you
I
got to stay
can't-
the course.
And I don't want to
See?
see them
You
at the
gotta
hand
stay
wash
the course.
station.
Right.
I don't want to see their
So
face
many
all
times
day.
I
Or,
stay
like,
in there and hide until
Yo.
the other one's done.
It's
That's
like if
what I
you're
hope.
like people you work with that you're not quite comfortable
Oh,
around,
yeah.
and that happens, and you're like, oh.
Also,
this is so
you know,
weird.
sometimes you've been in there for a while and you might have stunk it up.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
they come in, they explode the toilet next to you, and they're kind of out. And you're like, it's all double fold. I don't want to see them because they were obnoxious and gross sounding, and
Yeah.
I probably stunk the place up first.
Yeah.
And I don't want
Yeah.
them to see me.
And that is you're just about ready to leave. Someone else comes in, but you can't leave then because then they'll blame all the stink on you. So you just have to stand in the stall and wait for them to be done.
Yeah, that's happened to me too.
God.
Or sometimes sometimes I get trapped too because I double flush to make sure everything's gone, which no one else, because we don't have good pressure in our building. Nobody
Yeah.
else does that. Nobody
No.
else is courteous.
No.
They leave floaters and gross. This is disgusting to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh, bodily function, you know.
One thing I wanted to also say about the other topic about your dad peeing in a bottle.
Uh-huh.
God.
I was gonna say everyone's dad peed in a bottle, and you said you never intentionally saw, but you remember? I feel like everyone's had this experience as a young boy
Hmm.
when you kind of unintentionally see your dad's penis,
Oh yeah.
and you're like, "Oh my
knew you were gonna
God!"
Yes.
You remember? Have y'all had that
Yeah.
experience?
It's burned into your brain as a kid.
When you're a
And
young
you've
kid.
seen your dad's dick. And you're like,
you're
oh,
like,
God.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's.
I'd like to get a female's perspective on that. To be
Yeah.
Yeah,
honest.
has anything
Because
like
as a-
that
as a
happened
ki-
to
it's
you,
like a
Elizabeth?
boy, it's like, oh, I
Nope.
never want to see that again. I don't, okay, oh, no, sorry, I walked.
mean-
you should lock the damn bathroom door.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or like sometimes, I mean, for me, like there was some kind of situation where like we both got to pee in this toilet. You know, we're like in a public bathroom or at the movie theater or something, and I was young enough. That sounds really weird.
Go on.
It was normal. It seemed like
Yeah.
Yeah.
across the streams and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or I would go and then he would go, you know. But I was like, "Whoa, shit!" What the
Mm-hmm.
One time we were on a fishing trip. We had a boat growing up, and me and my dad were fishing in.
Bait and
Pulled out
tackle.
his rod.
Bait and tackle.
He pulled his rod out. And,
Tackle box.
Let me tell you what, that guy's a masturbator. He
Wow.
he had an upset stomach from the night before, like a night of drinking. And he was like, we were like too far away from shore. And so he had to go bad. So he was down at one end of the boat and I was down at the other end. And he was like, you know, ass to the wind, just hanging off the side.
God.
The current was like coming my direction.
Oh my god!
So I got the fishing rod and I'm like, oh,
You were still fishing. You were still fishing in the shit.
I was fishing looking the other way. And I looked down for a second and this like, is that corn? Like,
Oh my god.
it was.
Oh
rough.
my gosh,
That was rough.
so funny.
That is so unfortunate.
Catch like a
actually.
poop trout.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was, I was like, oh, there goes last night's dinner. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know, when you're roughing it out there on
Yeah,
the
out
on
in
the
the
high
wilderness.
seas.
Isn't that the worst part about camping or something like that? Pooping in the woods.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It almost
So-
ruins it immediately.
That's the
You're
worst
like,
part about
why do I
camping.
do? That's
Yeah.
the one thing that makes you regret camping.
You're like, oh, why did I do
Have y'all?
this?
Has everyone
Yeah.
done that before? Have y'all like taken a shit in the woods?
Oh yeah.
I have once in my life.
Yeah. I find that I pee almost at the same time that I, you know,
Oh yeah, me too.
and so like the first time I experienced it, I almost like peed all over myself because I was like not sitting on the toilet. I was like,
Oh, I know. So I actually a lot of times if I'm out camping, I have to make myself pee first and
Yeah.
then go do that. It was funny. I used to go on this, like a hiking trip, you know, with my youth group at church.
Mhm.
So we're out there hiking. It was my first time ever doing it, and it was with my friend Cameron, and you know, I was on one log, he was on the other. We're both going to the bathroom, and I could see him, his back, you know, and so he leans back and he's going, he's like, oh, and he leans back just like, oh. And then he looks down because he was like flat on the ground. And he's like, I peed all over my pants. His pants were down by his ankles, and he was just peeing right on them.
Oh, no.
So we had to stage this thing where we went down to the water to wash our hands, and then we're like, oh no, Cameron fell in the river. Oh no! Yeah. If anyone asks, he fell in the river.
Everyone's back there.
Like, why does it stink like pee?
yeah.
I
Uh,
love embarrassing stories involving bodily functions.
Yep.
Oh, it was right before that.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever have an experience where you tried to flush the toilet and it didn't work?
Hey, look at
Yes.
me,
Yeah.
Billy
What did you end up doing
Of
with
course I pee
what
my
was in the
pants.
toilet?
Everybody my age pees their pants. It's the coolest.
Like one time I actually tried to throw it outside. I was a kid and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it.
The toilet
Yeah.
wouldn't flush,
Yeah.
and there was poo-poo in it.
Oh yeah.
It would just back up and up. I'm like,
Yep.
I would always just call my dad. I'm
There's
like,
like a
Dad,
par-
the
there was like
toilet's
a party.
broken.
There was like a
Yeah.
party at the house.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't know what to do.
Oh my gosh, there was guests outside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
So I'd
awful.
like
One
sneak it into the
time-
bushes.
One time we were at the doctor's office with my grandmother. It was like me, my grandmother, my mom, and I had to go. And so I went, and that happened. And I was like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to. It was because it was like a single bathroom. I was like, I don't know what to do. And so like I could hear, because okay, so I guess I'll preface this by saying my mom talks out loud a lot. So like you can hear her kind of coming down the hall. She'll like talk to herself a lot. So I was like, I could hear her voice in the bathroom on the other
Trev,
side.
I'm going for you. I'm going.
And I was like, I was like, Mom? She's like, Tramp. And so like I called her on the phone, and so we came up with basically we just came up with a game plan. We're like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna walk out of there. We're gonna go in. I'm just gonna tell him, you went to go use the bathroom and it's a big mess in there. Make it like play it like it wasn't my fault. And they need to get somebody in there to clean it up.
They're like, oh sure, okay, yeah, I'll call somebody.
Yeah.
Nice game plan.
Well, and I guess the worst part was like I had to go really bad, and so there was already like some in there.
Oh, there was.
And
you
so
just
it
added on
it
top.
piled up, yeah. And I was like,
So it really wasn't you who
No.
started the deal.
no, I didn't.
Probably
cause
the
it, no.
doctor.
No, I did that. I did that at my friend. Hey, shout out to Justin Zirazati.
Hey, Justin.
I did that at his house one time growing up, and I completely clogged the toilet and overflowed, and so we just left his house. Like his parents weren't home, so we just left. And this was
Wow.
like when beepers were a thing. And so Justin had a beeper. He was a fancy boy. And so like we just left or whatever. And then like all of a sudden he got like a page, like the come home page or whatever. Mm-hmm. And apparently Justin's little brother's bedroom it like backs up to the bathroom right there. And apparently it like completely overflowed and like the water had like started going into his bedroom.
Wonderful.
Your poop is always on his
Beautiful.
carpet now.
Yeah, I'm
That
sorry,
happened to
Michael.
me on a 5th grade field trip to the Keys with the combined 5th grade classes. I backed up like the bathroom and where all the boys were sleeping.
Oh my gosh.
Was everybody sleeping when it happened?
It was like the middle of the day. Everyone was
Okay.
getting ready to go out on the boat to go diving and snorkeling or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I was like, ran to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Saw it overflowing. Saw it go onto the ground and then just left. Never
Where were y'all? Was it a 5th grade trip?
Yeah, we were at the Keys.
To the Keys?
It was
who
like
takes,
Key
who goes
Largo.
to the Keys in 5th grade?
I did something like
Blanche
that.
Foreman Elementary.
I never got to go on any kind
There
of
was, like, penny
overnight
camp.
thing with
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, it was like with like Cub Scouts or something. I did. I
They
did,
also
like,
went to
something, I think.
Washington,
Well,
D.C.
Cub Scouts, that doesn't count, right? I meant like who goes on a school field trip.
Yeah, it was a school one.
Yeah,
It was cool.
that's
It was
cool.
really
That
cool.
is cool.
We went snorkeling and stuff. But yeah, our 5th grade teacher's husband ended up having to clean it.
Nice.
Gross.
Nice.
I went on a trip to Mexico
Mhm.
with my youth group again.
This has got to lead to some interesting bowel movements.
I had two disposable cameras with me. 2 or 3.
Go on.
And the only photo, because they tell you like don't drink the water,
Yeah.
don't drink the water, you'll get sick.
Right.
And one of the kids, like he just, I don't know, he was kind of nervous about the whole thing. He didn't drink any of the water. But he didn't use the bathroom the whole trip. He didn't go to the bathroom for 2 weeks.
Oh my! How's he still alive?
So then it was like a couple days, toward the end of the trip. A couple
Yeah.
days left. It was a 2-week trip.
Yeah.
And he was like, I have to use the bathroom. So he wouldn't use. And he came out. He was like, you all have to see this.
No.
He didn't flush. It came out in one piece. It looked like a small child.
Oh, God.
It looked like a newborn baby.
How?
It was in the
That's
water,
so
and
gross.
the head crested out. It breached the surface of the water like an iceberg, and it looked like he gave birth. And
Wow.
so the end of the story is that his bowel movement is the only photograph I took in Mexico
Do you still have that somewhere?
for 2 weeks. Yes, I do.
Oh,
Do y'all ever remember like
hilarious.
ratemypoop.com?
I always wanted to
No.
submit to it, but I
Yeah.
never could.
There's like a website. You could just post your dumps to it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Remember we had that.
Oh, Elizabeth's gonna pull it
Remember
up.
we had that idea where you took fancy dinner Instagram photos, but after
Yeah.
after you eat them, after you bow,
Yep.
and you're like steak and lobster. This was
Yeah.
delicious, but it's your dump.
Hashtag no filter. Yeah. That's fun.
So you go
Hashtag
to
it wasn't
rate-
brown on the way down.
Did you
You
pull?
you go to red.
You're not putting it on the
rate-
screen.
RateMyPoop.com.
If I have to like blur it
Right
out.
here.
Coño, can you just like?
It's a completely
What?
different website.
I
It's very
typed.
weird.
I typed
RateMyPoop.com
RateMyPoop.com.
or
and-
RateMyPoo.com. Maybe it's RateMyPoo.
But it redirects you to this.
To
Isn't
cars?
that weird?
Yeah.
It's
Just Google it
Edmunds.com.
first.
Let's find your perfect car.
Rate my poo. Yeah, maybe it's rate my poo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there it is.
Y'all are saying rate.
Rate.
Just for
Rate
rate.
me.
'Cause it sounds like
Ew.
something else.
Why are we looking
Why did you
at
close
that?
it?
Go back.
Yeah, let's look at the poop. That's
Ew!
that gets not. Give it
That's
a
a
1.
0.
Look
Yeah.
at
Give it
this
a
top
1.
banner. Hook up now. Free sex personal ads. What's going on here? I just
XXX
I just
porn.
want some good clean poo rating. All right. Look at all this porn on the side.
rotten boners.
Give it a 1, Elizabeth. See if it updates.
Yeah, give it a 1.
Yeah,
Let's
give
see
it
what
a
the next
1.
one is. Okay.
Oh
Ew.
my
God.
gosh.
That makes me want to vomit.
That's the grossest thing.
Just leave
That's
the
like a
mouse over
6.
the hoover.
All right, like a 6. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna dry heave. Oh!
That looks like an alien worm. That's been sitting there too long.
That looks like an
It's like
amoeba
lost all
thing.
its
That looks like
color.
one of those
Yeah.
stick amoebas, you know?
That's gross. I feel like it's in my throat.
Why?
That's
why
night
does
vision.
it look like
That's
that?
night vision.
Why
Yeah.
is it
Fishing poo.
Why is it colored like that?
This makes me want to vomit. Can we not look at this anymore?
Oh my god!
Look at the mushiness
This
at
episode
the end.
is
this
officially
is-
in the shitter.
Yeah.
Okay, it's really gross.
Wait, can we look at the
actually.
top 20 though?
Yes. Hopefully they're good looking.
Oh my gosh!
that's
Look at that
disgusting.
ring.
How is that a thing? What's going on? That's fake. That can't
That's
be
a
real.
poop from hell.
It's in a U shape.
They must
It's
have
gross.
stood up and drew it like that.
There's no way that's real.
It's like those people that decorate cakes.
Go back to the top 20.
Okay, yeah, let's get a load of those.
24 long inch.
Look at that one and look at this
the
one.
circle. I'm feeling gross. I'm feling pretty sick right
no,
now.
this honestly makes me want to vomit. I feel like it's going down the back of my throat. Look at
Oh my
that.
god!
Imagine
Somebody
the
had
smell.
a lot of salad.
All right.
Oh,
No. Oh god.
it looks like I don't know. I just
Ew!
I don't
Put it
know.
outside. Oh, man.
my lord.
These people need help. Oh, speaking of youth group, I'll pray for these people. They need help.
Hey, Travis just quit.
I gotta leave.
Yeah, I feel pretty gross.
Wow, that was an interesting episode.
Wow. Somehow
Let
we
me tell
pulled
ya.
it out and put it back in, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, this is a little hot, a little loud. I'm turning down a little bit.
It sounds good.
Oh, yeah, there we
I
go.
like that sound.
A little hot.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed episode 9.
If you thanks
Whatever
for,
the
if,
hell
if
that
you stuck
was.
around, I think it paid off.
Yeah, it did. It definitely there was a slow build,
Yeah.
slow burn.
Slow build.
Yeah.
Like a great film. You got to
Yeah.
give it time to grow.
Yeah.
Grow on you. Or great wine.
Yeah.
Or a nice dump.
yeah.
It's not always great at the beginning, but by the end,
Yeah.
you're feeling good.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I think that's about it. That does it for us here.
I'm Philip Shuck,
I'm Trevor Cruz.
I'm Travis Ingram.
And I am Elizabeth Rios.
and you just listened to the Lazy Line Podcast.
Good timing. All right, cut it.
We got it down.
I kind of like putting that at the end.
Yeah.
On the end.
Wow.